terms of the challenges that young musicians face, obviously the industry's massive and it's so overwhelming. So many people make music in the world, and the majority of them will never really get their music heard. What do you think some of the obstacles are, and how can you overcome them? I know that's quite a hard question maybe to answer.
The main one, despite what genre that you make, the main one is recording and getting your music mixed to a professional level. Because a lot of people, if you don't have a professional product that's mixed with the highest standard, then you're not going to get any decent notice. And even if you do, it's not guaranteeing that you are. So, between financial restrictions and growing up, obviously, if you've got to like work a job or go to college or anything, the restrictions on when you can record your music and actually get it out is quite difficult. And even when it's out, then you have to try and boost it round, get everyone seeing it, and it's probably not going to work. So it can be quite demoralising when you can put a lot into just getting one track out, and it can maybe even lose your excitement for the track at that point by the time it's all done.
Yeah.
I think, it's just quite demoralising for people when they can't get everything out that they want to do. It's in their brain.
Do you ever get demoralised by anything?
Yeah, literally. My method of recording is quite tedious. I have to do quite a lot of things between takes, and it can make me give up on tracks sometimes because I just get pissed off with how one thing's sounding.
Yeah.
And I can just throw everything away some days.
So are there tracks that you've sort of done work to a lot on before and then just threw them in the bin?
Yeah, one track in particular, there's one called Falling, and it was meant to be released like 2 or 3 years ago, and then I finally got it to a decent level, and then I come back to it, and I hated it. I didn't like anything about it, so I've just kept it away for a while, and then the other day someone said to me, "Oh, that track you made, you should have done something with that." So then I dug it out again. I'm still not sure about it. So
have you got quite a lot of tracks sort of in the repertoire then that you've just sort of left sitting there for a rainy day or whatever?
Yeah, quite a lot, to be honest. There's some that are waiting for different beats. There's some that I don't think will ever be anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ideas there.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird because it doesn't take long for you to do something and then look back on it and hate something that you once cherished. Yeah. And I think it's a weird sort of just part of art, really. And I don't know, do you think it's because you progressed and then you look back and think, oh, shit, I'm way better than that now? Or, I don't know, is it self-criticism? I don't know.
It is, yeah. It's a self-criticism of perfectionist attitude. It's wanting something to be perfect when maybe with music it will never be perfect, and maybe every time you come back to it you're just being too picky with it. But yeah, I think it's harder when you don't have someone you can sit with in the studio. Maybe if you're doing it solo, it's a lot harder than if you work with people where you can go in the booth, you spit, and then they do everything for you, or you record whatever, and then they mix everything for you, and they say, oh, it sounds like this, do you want to change everything? And then you can kind of say, oh, yeah, I'll change that, and that. But when you work on something for so long yourself that you're going over every minute detail, to then hear it back, you can lose your sense of what sounds good.
Yeah, 100%. Same with writing
scientifically,
articles.
like, you get sick of hearing like a certain frequency band in sound like over and over again. It's like between like 25,000 hertz or something, 2,500 and 5,000 or something like that. So your brain gets sick of hearing certain sounds over and over again. So it's hard to look at it objectively when you're doing that.
Yeah. So does that mean you have to put a track down and maybe come back to it just to ensure that you know whether it's good or not? How long roughly, or can you not predict this because it's so subjective and changes, but how long would you say a track takes to make start to finish?
It could be entirely different depending on the track.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've managed to flip the track in 24 hours.
Yeah.
I've managed to produce something and then write a verse and record on it within 24 hours. But at the same time, I've taken like a year with like one of my other songs, which will never get anywhere.
Yeah.
So
okay.
strange.